Losing weight can feel like a real challenge, especially if you're dealing with thyroid issues. And the typical approach that we go to, where we're cutting our calories and pushing our bodies, sometimes those things can actually backfire and make things worse and really push us over the edge. And sometimes these traps I see so many people make. And today, what I'm going to be sharing with you are three crucial mistakes that I see probably 90% of my clients come to me making that kind of can go opposite and make thyroid issues worse. And while you may think losing weight with thyroid issues is impossible, if you avoid these mistakes, I have been able to help so many individuals lose weight, keep it off, get their energy, their strength back, and transform their body eating more food. So we are going to be going through today 3 mistakes that thyroid patients make that keep them from losing the weight. And stay tuned to the end. I got a bonus tip for you. So we're going to dive right into it. And if you guys are new to following me, I am doing right now a whole series on thyroid health. So yesterday I did your whole introduction of signs of hypothyroidism. So go back, watch that. Is all saved in the lives for you. But today we're going into the mistakes. So the first mistake that I see so many individuals make when they have thyroid issues is crazy caloric restriction. So when we want to lose weight, one thing we immediately do is we cut our calories. And sometimes we cut them very low. We go on these 1,000-calorie diets. And what happens is when we cut our calories very low, very fast, and we have thyroid issues like hypothyroidism going on, we already had a slow metabolism. So we're literally causing more metabolic slowdown. And if we already have these thyroid issues going on, it could actually wreak more havoc on your metabolism and make things worse. So the first biggest mistake that I see a lot of individuals make with thyroid issues is we want fast fat loss. So we cut our calories very low, very fast. We have more stress placed on our body, and we do it in a non-sustainable way to where we're actually making the thyroid issues worse. We had no strength in the gym. We feel run down, and we get to this place where do we go from there? Our metabolism slows down to the lower calories. We already have the thyroid issues going on. We're running our thyroid down more, and it just backfires. So the first biggest mistake is crazy caloric restriction, and we want to do it in a sustainable way. The next mistake that I see so many individuals make, and I want to know if you would like me to do a whole video on this. I was going to do it on like keto and carnivore, is very low carb diets. So here's the deal. We have our thyroid hormones, our T3, our T4, and our TSH. T3 is the one that's the one that we want. That's our usable form. What happens is when we go very low on these carbohydrates, if you're looking at your blood test results, you may notice that you have lower T3 levels. And this is our active form of that thyroid hormone that we want. And we have an increase in something called our reverse T3. And reverse T3, guys, is basically the metabolite of it. So it's the unusable form of T3. So when we go very low on those carbohydrates and we already have thyroid issues to begin with, sometimes this can really just take you into that overdrive, make things worse, increasing the amount of the reverse T3, which is the metabolite of it, the unusable form of it, and lower your T3, the active form of it. And if you would like me to do a whole video, I was thinking of doing it tomorrow on keto and carnivore diets and the effect that they have on your thyroid hormones and for fat loss, drop in the comments below. I would love to do that for you. And I want to share with you an example of a client that came to me. So my specialty is I work with individuals perimenopause, postmenopause, hysterectomy with severe gut issues, hormone imbalances, and thyroid issues. And a lot of clients come to me and they're doing a multitude of things. They're overdoing fasting. They're not getting enough food. And we're on like these 1,000-calorie diets, and we're cutting out all of our carbohydrates. And what I see is this. They start feeling more run down. They're losing more muscle. They're getting to a place where they have chronic depression, anxiety, and all of their thyroid symptoms end up getting worse. And while that initial fat loss, cutting out your carbohydrates, because every 1 gram holds on to 3 to 6 grams of water, you may have that initial fat loss. Long term, the crazy caloric restriction and doing their low carb, they come to me and they're training hard and they're not getting results, and their lab levels are not getting better. So one individual came to me. She had a hysterectomy when she was in her 40s, and she had the same thing. She had all of these thyroid issues going on. They were undiagnosed. And what she started realizing is she was doing keto, she was on low carb, she was training hard, and no matter what, she couldn't lose the weight. She's like, I'm trying everything, I'm training hard, I feel like I'm storing fat, and I don't know if it's, the fact that I had the hysterectomy, I don't know what it is. What happened was her body was in such a state of stress that her body was actually taking her T3 levels and converting them to reverse T3. So they ended up putting her on Armour thyroid, and they didn't know it was converting yet to the reverse T3. She started feeling worse, losing more muscle, started wasting, getting very, very thin. And what happened was I had her do her full thyroid panel, checking for T3, T4, and TSH. And they realized that what she was taking was actually converting to the reverse and causing more muscle wasting and making it worse. So what we have to do, guys, is we really have to look at, when it comes to our thyroid, we have to look at our lifestyle. Doing things like fast fixes, they may get you to lose the weight kind of fast and initially, but we have to look at the effect that it has on our metabolism and deeper pushing us when it comes to our thyroid. That is a big key. And what we were able to do, I have to say this because this is like a huge win. So I look at so many different aspects. So what I do with my clients is I'm going to throw it out there. I have my 90-day transformation challenge where I help clients transform their body, eating more food. We balance our hormones. We look at our stress, our sleep, our movement, and we do it in a sustainable way. I was able to get her eating more food, losing weight by focusing on her gut health and restoring her gut where you absorb and assimilate her nutrients. She was able to actually get it to a place where her thyroid antibodies and everything disappeared. So it just shows you that sometimes pushing our body to the extreme when we have things like thyroid issues and things going on like that, it does nothing but wreak more havoc on our metabolism. And taking a simple medication, you may say, hey, I have thyroid issues, I'm going to take a medication. But if you don't look at your other aspects of your life that I'm going to be going into a second, that could actually make things worse, then you're going to be pushing your body to the floor and you're not going to feel better. And if you don't have the strength in the gym, you're not going to get the body transformation that you want long-term in a sustainable way. So I want to I have 2 more big mistakes. I saved the best for last. And the next one I want to go into is ignoring the nutritional balance, but more on that gut-centric kind of focus. If you're new to following me, I had a lot of digestive issues. I ended up getting 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO. I had holes in my intestinal lining so bad. I had ulcers. I was down to 3 ingredients, and I would have histamine mast cell activations from it. So your gut is where you absorb and assimilate your nutrients. When we think about our thyroid, we need iodine, selenium, zinc, iron. These are our nutrients to really make that thyroid thrive. If we were a C-section, bottle fed, we have been on a lot of antibiotics, which kill our good and bad bacteria. Go back to my whole series. I did a 3-part series on leaky gut, what it is, how to know if you have it, how to heal it. But if we have that imbalance and we don't have the good microbiome, and on top of that, we're ignoring our nutrition and just focusing on just maybe skipping meals, and we're not focusing on getting our nutrients in, then we're neglecting the nutrients that we need for our thyroid hormone production and our metabolism. And all of these things could hinder weight loss. So the third biggest mistake that I see a lot of individuals make is when we have these thyroid issues, not only are we going on the crazy caloric restriction, cutting out all of our carbohydrates, We actually ignore our nutritional balance in our gut. And by focusing on our gut, if we're healing that inner lining, we're focusing on our nutrition to feed the thyroid, that is going to help long term with your energy, with repairing, with, I guess, like feeding your thyroid hormone and like getting everything right. And also getting enough healthy fats. I work with so many women, fear of carbohydrates, fear of fats, and we need those fats for absorption of our fat soluble vitamins, for our hormones. So so far, the third biggest mistake is ignoring our gut and those nutrition deficiencies. I saved the best for last, but I also created something for you guys. I know I work with a lot of individuals that have very, very busy lifestyles. So I created a free meal prep guide with all of my favorite easy recipes that are whole food based, high in omega-3s, are selenium, iodine, zinc, to really give you guys just simple ways to incorporate healthy meals into your lifestyle. Because I know a lot from my clients. For me, when I started my journey, I was over 180 pounds. I got down to 90 pounds before I built my body to where it is now. But the nutrition was the hardest part for me. And I feel like a lot of individuals, we want the fat loss, we have hypothyroidism and all these things going on. And we do these extremes because we don't know what to do with our nutrition. And then we don't address this. And then we're left feeling with chronic cravings, run down, no energy, and having all these nutrition deficiencies that do affect our hormones and everything so forth. If you guys are finding this very helpful, I want you to make sure you share the video with a friend. Make sure to subscribe below. I got new videos every single week, and we got so much more on thyroid health this week because I really believe this is a very underlying looked thing, especially for my women as we get older, because we go through chronic stress. We're not focusing on us. We have leaky gut, nutritional deficiencies, and we're trying to go to all these extremes and pushing our body when it's already down. Leave the best for last, but I forgot to mention, if you want my freebie for you, I'm going to be dropping it in the show notes below on my YouTube channel, and it has, again, all my recipes and easy meal prep hacks. I'll put that below in the show notes once this goes live. So the best one I save for last, okay? You're going to hate me because this is not sexy at all. It ain't sexy. You know, everyone goes fat loss and they want quick fix. They want, here's keto. They want this here. And this is, to me, the most underlying look things. When I work with my clients, it's not just about calories in versus calories out, as you can see. I look at things like our stress, our sleep, our movement throughout the day, our gut health, our hormones, and I make the adjustments there. This is everything that I do with my 90-day transformation challenge. I make the adjustments. I teach my clients the steps and how to work smarter versus harder so we're able to balance our hormones, heal our gut, absorb our nutrients, and that leads to sustainable weight loss, more energy. I have clients post-menopause building muscle, transforming their body. And this is the deal. We're not managing our stress. Stress is not just physical or emotional stress, mental stress. Stress, again, it's through crazy caloric restriction, overdoing cardio hours a day, through, cutting out our carbs very low, which could increase the cortisol levels. But by not managing chronic stress, guys, this could lead to our cortisol levels being chronically elevated. That negatively affects your thyroid hormone and, in return, weight loss. So incorporating stress management techniques are so essential for balancing your cortisol levels and supporting your overall thyroid health. So doing things, I'm not saying go meditate every day. I have a hard time with that. But we have to really focus on where the stress is coming to and making small changes. Because the truth is, if you're on thyroid medication and you're ignoring these key things like our gut health, our nutrition balance, we're not managing our stress, then as long as you keep looking at those thyroid labs, you're not going to have that body transformation that you want if you're pushing yourself so far. And if you do in the beginning, it ain't going to be sustainable and not in a way where you're able to have your energy and truly thrive. So my whole part today is I just wanted to share with you guys 4 key things that I would say I see too many. I've worked with over 900 clients, and I get clients because I share all my health journeys of everything I went through. If you haven't seen my SIBO story, you need to check it out. It's on my YouTube. But I work with clients that have all of the issues, and in doing so and focusing on all of these are big things that I see. We're able to have crazy body composition changes. And I have to show you a picture. I should have had this on my thing, but this is one of my clients who came to me doing hours of cardio a day. She's actually 55 years old now. She had every trainer out there. She'd done the low carb. She was afraid to even go out to eat because she was afraid she wasn't going to get the results. She was training so hard, run down. And I'm going to show you her before and afters. Boom. Let me see here. So this was her before. 1,000 calories a day almost, guys. Sometimes less. Tons of cardio. She is now, boom, this is 55 years old. This is since working with me. She is eating over 17, almost 1,800 calories a day. She is like doing steps right now for her cardio. She is eating carbohydrates, by the way. It's about finding the right balance of carbohydrates for you. And if you guys would like me to do, I'm planning this whole series for you. If you would like me to do a whole, like tomorrow's on like keto and carnivore diets and the effect of low carb diets specifically on our thyroid health, I would love to do that. Drop it in the show notes. And if you have specific topics you are wanting me to cover on our thyroid 5-part series, make sure you drop it below. But I was thinking that we do one more on working out. I wanted to do one on the keto carnivore diet, and I've done that. I've done keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian. I've done it the right way, the wrong way. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys. Things that I've learned, things that I've seen with my clients, how I help my clients heal from all of these, from a state of dis-ease, not in ease. That's what it means. When our body is and our hormones are thrown off and our thyroid's thrown off, our body is in a state of fight or flight response, and we can't just push it to the extreme. I do want to say one side note though, before I got something else, is that if we do have these thyroid issues going on and we are overweight, we want to get the weight off, but we just don't want to go to an extreme and slow down our metabolism even more. We want to do it in a healthy way to support your body. And that is what I do with all my clients. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to share it with a friend, subscribe. Again, I post a video every single day for you. Go back, watch my leaky gut series. It is saved under my daily lives. I have all of these saved under my daily lives too. And go check out yesterday's that we did on hypothyroidism and what it is. And guys, you can lose weight with hypothyroidism. We just have to do it in a way. And if you need help, send me over that DM ready on Instagram or head to the show notes below. Let's set up a call to see if we're that perfect fit for my next 90-day transformation challenge, where I help women over 40, perimenopause, postmenopause, hysterectomy, build muscle, lose fat, and transform their body, restoring their gut and hormones, all while eating more food. And the way that I do this too, guys, is because I've been through it. I have my degree in kinesiology, CSCS. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant and a GAPS practitioner. And I've been there. I went postmenopausal in my 20s. I had all the parasites, mast cell activation. I healed my body and got it to where it is now. And it came with me doing extremes in a way, but I learned the hard way of, we can't do that, because all it did was get me in a place where I was run down, storing fat. I was training so hard, I cut out all my carbs, zero, completely carnivore for over a year. And my tests got worse. My blood work got worse. My hormones got worse. My cravings got worse. My water retention, anxiety, depression, everything got worse. So if you're struggling with this, drop it below. My goal with all of these daily lives is to just help one person. So share it. I love you. And if you need help, send me over that little DM on Instagram or head to the show notes. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.